Go. Here in the third period, 2-1. It's been a good contest between these two clubs. Racosta and Jogamore will take the draw for the Jets and the Eagles, respectively. Pushed forward by Dix and sent down by Caleb Fryman. Scott Jua will play the puck for Ronnie Lubers. Lubers up to Racosta, lets it go. Feeds it for Lubers, knocked away. As Aniv bounced it off of Lubers, comes back to Mulligan. Connor Mulligan will bring it in. 5 seconds left in the power play. Lubers with the puck back in and towards the net, saved by Gabler. Comes back to Mulligan. Leads it for Jua's got a shot. Sticked away there by Gabler. Power play's over. Both teams back to full strength. The Eels now 4 for 4 on a penalty kill today, as they ice the puck with 3:53 to go here in the third period. Important face-off draw in there by the Jets. Max Lee with the puck, fires, doesn't get all the way through. Time winding down for the Jets as Max Lee over to Sam Hansen. Hansen with a shot up high. Lee grabs a rebound from the other side of the blue line. Jared LeGros had it knocked away. Lee knocks it from Carnes, and the puck sent down again in the Jet zone, not far enough for icing. Sam Hansen's got to play it. Off the boards for Grayson Laprise. Laprise had it knocked away, and LeGros sends it in. Caleb Fryman will grab it. Fryman around the boards. Hansen couldn't keep it in. Gagnon over to Hoffman. Hoffman trying to feed it to Carnes, knocked away by Grady Smith. And it comes back to Noah Ellington. Ellington almost had it picked off by Laprise, as Shasheviev sends it in. Hansen's pass too far for Lee. Shasheviev with a shot, bouncing puck. Doesn't get all the way through. Gagnon trying to feed it across. Over for D'Antona, who's got both of the Eels' goals today. Picked off there by Eli Schwarzer. Up to Noah Chambers. 2:20 to go here in the third. Chambers trying to feed it back to Cam Maxwell. Maxwell had to go get it. Schwarzer grabs it. Feeds it out in front. Loose puck in front of the net. Chambers couldn't get to it in time. Time winding down. The Jets 2-1 this weekend. The Eels 1-2. Axenoff wrapped up by Kessel. And offside the call. 1:52 to go here in the third period. Shots 9-6 in favor of the Eels this period. 19-18 overall in favor of the Jets. Clark brings it in with a little bit of help from Jamrick. Back to Clark. Clark with a shot and scooped up into the glove of Ethan Gabler. With 1:45 to go. At some point, Jesse Lee will be brought to the bench for an extra attacker. He'll stay in the net for now, as he'll wait on word from head coach Danny Vanderweel. Axenoff couldn't keep it in. Picked up there by Austin Kessel. Kessel to Carnes. Carnes with a shot, deflected. Just wide. Laprise get it out of the neutral zone. Grady Smith overskated it. Picked up by LaPrice. Jared LeGros brings it in. Jackson Carnes grabs it. Send it across over for Robert Gull. Grady Smith took it away. LeGros grabs it. Nice. Creating the turnover there was LeGros. Over to Grady Smith. Smith down to Axenaw with a shot. Was blocked. Here come the Eels back the other way. 1 minute remaining here in the third period. Carnes sidesteps. Shot up high and wide. Nice play by Carnes to get around Axenaw. Shot there blocked, and now LaPrice off to the races. 2-on-1 if they hurry. LaPrice trying to feed it to Otto. Gets it back. Couldn't get the shot off. Jesse Lee can't go to the bench yet. Picked up there by Kessel. Time winding down. 30 seconds left. And intentional offside on the Eels. And it goes all the way down. And timeout being called by the Metro Jets. 29.1 seconds left. That could be huge. An intentional offside with less than 30 seconds left will bring the puck all the way down to the Eels zone. After this game, the Florida Eels ironically come back here to Advent Health Center Ice Arena this coming Friday, January 9th. They'll play the Tampa Bay Juniors 7:30 face-off. Their next home game is next Saturday, January 10th, against said Tampa Bay Juniors at the Fort Myers Stadium, a 4 o'clock face-off. While the Metro Jets return home to Mount Clemens Ice Arena Thursday and Friday, January 8th and 9th. On Thursday the 8th, Troy Oral Surgery pregame show at 11:30 a.m. Face-off at high noon, 12 p.m. Metro Jets, Fort Wayne Spacemen. That is the next games for the both clubs, as they both return back to divisional play for the rest of the regular season, heading into the playoffs. Aiden Ricasa, Grayson LaPrice, Jared LeGros, Dimitri Axenaw, Tyler Dix, Grady Smith. Jesse Lee on the bench. Empty net to our right. Extra attacker on the ice. 29.1 seconds left. Ricasa wins the draw. Axenaw with a shot. I think all the way through. Went just wide. Puck comes out. Axenaw able to keep it in. Just barely, but knocked out by D'Antona. Jared LeGros knocked away. Tyler Dix grabs it. Dix sends it up. Behind the net, he dropped to the ice. No call. 8 seconds left. They're trying to get the puck set up to even get a shot off. 5 seconds left. LaPrice backhand shot. Axenaw with a drive. Saved by Gabler, and that'll do it. The Florida Eels hang on for a 2-1 victory over the Metro Jets. And a little bit of kerfluffle to end the game. As Grady Smith and Jared LeGros trying to skate away. Shots on goal in the third period. Metro Jets with 8. Game total of 21. Florida Eels with 10. Game total of 19. The Florida Eels now on a 2-game winning streak. They climb to 16-4-1. Check, that's 16-14-1. Good for 33 points. Still third in the USPHL Elite Florida Division. While the Metro Jets will fall to 19-11-1-0. Still 39 points. Still second in the USPHL Elite Midwest Division. And congratulations to the Chicago Crush, who have just clinched the 2025-2026 USPHL Elite Midwest Divisional Championship. The Jets needed a point to hold that off. But with the Jets losing in regulation, the Chicago Crush have clinched the Midwest Division Championship in the USPHL Elite. on January 5th. Coming up next, Metro Jets Development Program, Charleston Colonials, your player of the game. 2 goals, including the game winner for the Florida Eagles, a 30 of Dominic D'Antona. Coming up next, Metro Jets Development Program, Charleston Colonials. You're watching the 4th and final day of the 2026 USPHL Tampa Showcase, live exclusively on Black Bear TV. And ladies and gentlemen, for the final time, we wish you a pleasant good morning. From Advent Health Center Ice Arena, we are located approximately 20 minutes northeast of Tampa, right up I-75 in Wesley Chapel, Florida. The fourth and final day of the 2026 United States Premier Hockey League Tampa Showcase. Yours truly's final game of the showcase. This matchup in USPHL Premier Play and features the Metro Jets Development Program, MJDP, who will face off against the Charleston Colonials. My name is Matt Preer, the voice of the Metro Jets Hockey Club. It has been an honor and a privilege to be a part of the 2026 USPHL Tampa Showcase. A big thank you to the entire Tampa Bay Juniors Hockey Organization, Kevin Walter, Brett and Garrett Strobe, Philippe Kuba, as well as Ken and Nancy Mendel, and especially Nicole Remmers, everybody within the organization. The hospitality, absolutely first class, and it's been an honor for the fourth time to be a part of the fourth USPHL Tampa Showcase. Big thank you to Advent Health Center Ice Arena management and staff. They've been working hard all weekend long, as has the wait staff, the cooks, everybody, the hostesses of the Top Shelf Sports Lounge. Located in the second level here in the arena. Some of the best food in all of junior hockey. This matchup, MJDP, the Metro Jets Development Program, representing the USPHL Premier Midwest Division. First ever meeting between MJDP and the Charleston Colonials, representing the USPHL Premier Southeast Division. The weekend started well enough for MJDP. A 1-0 victory over the Hershey Cubs on Saturday. And then yesterday, a 3-1 victory over the Jersey Hitmen. But yesterday was their doubleheader day, as in the second game of the day, they fell 6-2 to the Typhoon Hockey Club. So they're 2-1 this weekend, as they sit second in the USPHL Premier Midwest Division. Record of 16 wins, 15 losses, 1 overtime loss, no shootout losses for 33 points. 5-5 in their last 10 games. They've got some work to do to catch the first place Fort Wayne Spacemen. They can make up some ground here. The Spacemen went 2-2 this weekend. MJDP currently 2-1. A W here would gain some ground on the division-leading Fort Wayne Spacemen. The Charleston Colonials have had a heck of a weekend. They are 3-0 this weekend, looking to become the only team to go undefeated here at the USPHL Tampa Showcase. They snapped the Westchester Wolves' 13-game winning streak with a 6-4 victory in the second game on Saturday. Previous to that, they defeated the Hershey Cubs 4-2. Then yesterday, defeating the Typhoon Hockey Club 2-1. They are 3-0 this weekend. Currently sitting fourth in the USPHL Premier Southeast Division. 14 wins, 15 losses, 2 overtime losses, no shootout losses, good for 30 points. They've won their last 3, 5-4-1 in their last 10 games. Trying to gain some ground on the Charlotte Rush while putting some distance between themselves and the Carolina Junior Canes, who at the moment are trailing the Metro Jets next door on Rink D by a 2-1 count. MJDP, the designated home team of this game, and they are led by the 19-year-old Florida native from Miami, Florida, the 11, Lucas Benavidez. 13 goals, 7 assists, 20 points on the season. Highest score amongst defensemen on the roster for MJDP is the 18-year-old from Bois Chateau, Quebec, Canada, the 61 of Alex Fournier. No goals yet, but he's got 13 assists on the season. Answering the call and goal this morning for MJDP It is the 19-year-old from Romeo, Michigan, the 31 of Cameron Cyrus. Cyrus, 8 wins, 6 losses, no overtime losses, no shootout losses, a .298 goals against average, an even .900 save percentage. 2 shutouts on the season. And in his last game, he pitched that second shutout of the year, stopping all 26 shots he faced in MJDP's 1-0 victory over the Hershey Cubs this past Saturday night here at the USPHL Tampa Showcase. For the Charleston Colonials, they are led by the 19-year-old from Quincy, Massachusetts, recently named to the USPHL Premier All-Star team. The 14 of Finn Kelly. Kelly so far 18 goals, 20 assists, 38 points on the season. Highest scorer amongst defensemen on the roster is the former Battle Creek Colonel, the 19-year-old from Howell, Michigan. The 59 of Connor Hewlett. Hewlett so far 5 goals, 9 assists, 14 points in the season. 13 of those points coming with the Battle Creek Colonels. Answering the call and goal this morning, the 19-year-old from Brooklyn, New York, the 31 of John DiClemente. DiClemente so far 4 wins, 6 losses, no overtime losses, no shootout losses, a .465 goals against average, an .854 save percentage. And in his no shutouts, his last game came against the Westchester Wolves back on Saturday night, as the Colonials skating to a 6-4 victory over the Wolves. DiClemente stopping 23 of 27 shots he faced in picking up the win and snapping the Westchester Wolves' 13-game winning streak in the process. So the 31 of John DiClemente in goal, the Charleston Colonials, the 19-year-old from Brooklyn, Michigan. Has the rest of the starting lineup on defense. The 18-year-old from St. Louis, Missouri, the 37 of Jeff Collette, and alongside him, the 19-year-old from Howell, Michigan, the 59 of Connor Hewlett. Starting at center, the 19-year-old from Quincy, Massachusetts, the 14 of Finn Kelly. On his left wing, the 20-year-old from Elmira, New York, the 49 of Ryan Weed. And on the right wing, the 17-year-old from Greensville, South Carolina, the number 10 of Ben Craddock. General manager, head coach of the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Knights is Matt Reed, his first season behind the bench. For the Metro Jets Development Program, as we mentioned in goal, the 19-year-old from Romeo, Michigan, the 31 of Cameron Cyrus. On defense, the 18-year-old from Harrison Township, Michigan, the 37 of Mario Boscovich. Also on defense, the 19-year-old from Spring Lake, Michigan, the 58 of Spencer Stanhope. Starting at center, the 19-year-old from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, the 57 of Ben McLean. On his left wing, the 18-year-old from St. Amand, de Gratham, Quebec, Canada, the 27 of Clovis Gamelin. And on the right wing, the 19-year-old from Miami, Florida, the 11 of Lucas Benavidez. Head coach of MJDP is Jake Howie, his 3rd season behind the bench. As MJDP's brothers from across the locker room, the Metro Jets, up 3-1 over the Carolina Junior Canes. Over on the primary rink D, Jake Taylor, Gabe Altman, Jackson Stone, the goal scorers. For the Jets, with Evan Peacock answering the call in goal, the former goaltender for this MJDP squad. Warm-up's just about complete as the Metro Jets Development Program, the former 2-time USPHL Premier Midwest Division champions, play their home games at Mount Clemens Ice Arena, located 30 minutes northeast of Motown, Detroit, in Mount Clemens, Michigan. They are the designated home team for this game, wearing the patriotic white uniforms, blue shoulders and red trim. They're skating left to right. On your television screen, while the Charleston Colonials represent the USPHL Premier Southeast Division, play their home game in the Carolina Ice Palace, located 20 minutes northwest of Charleston in North Charleston, South Carolina. They are the designated road team for this game, wearing the blue uniforms with the white and gray trim. They are skating right to left on your Black Bear TV dial. First ever meeting between MJDP and the Charleston Colonials. This is the second incarnation of the Colonials, who came into the league in the 2019-2020 season, lasted for 2 seasons before folding the original franchise after some rework. The franchise has come back this season after a 5-year absence. This is the second incarnation of the Charleston Colonials franchise. So we're just about set to go. Game number 15 for yours truly. You can probably tell in the voice. Metro Jets Development Program against the Charleston Colonials. And here we go. Lucas Benavidez backhanded over from Mario Boscovich. MJDP trying to avenge their 6-2 loss last night at the hand of the Typhoon Hockey Club, the same team these Charleston Colonials defeated by a score of 2-1. Puck kept in by Ben McLean and knocked away. Now here come the Colonials. Ben Craddock. Craddock with the puck, looking for Ryan Weed. Reed Park in front of the net, over to Finn Kelly, who scores! 36 seconds into the first period. And it's the recently named All-Star, Finn Kelly, the 19-year-old from Quincy, Massachusetts, puts his Charleston Colonials on the board with his 19th goal of the season. And the Colonials strike first. They lead 1-0. Finn Kelly, just 36 seconds into the first period, picks up the goal. And the Colonials lead 1-0. Picked up there by the 17 of Tanner Hampton. Hampton now feeds it across. Liam Smith grabbed it over to Alex Fournier. Fournier off the boards. And met there. Well, I got my check. I can leave. I'm out of here. I got my check. I'm out of here. Well, I got my paycheck for the week. Well, have a good night. I'm out of here. Oh, I got to fill this out? All right. All right, I can do that. So face off to the left of goaltender John DiClemente. Buck sent across and picked up there by the 27, Thomas Waugh. Offside the call. It was Finn Kelly, his 19th of the season, unassisted at the 35-second mark, to give the Colonials a 1-0 lead right from the get-go. Will face off the neutral zone. In front of the MJDP bench, Landon Graham wins that draw. Picked up by Cameron Schaefer, now to Aiden Rabone. Rabone had it knocked away. Landon Graham goes back after it. See if he's across to John Lejabokov. Now to Landon Graham. Deflected in by Ryan Jacobson. And cut it by Tyler Kemp. The second of 2 former Battle Creek Colonels on the Charleston Colonials roster. As Abney Butter goes after it. Former South Shore King. Lejabokov will bring it in. Knocked away from him, and now Finnegan Pasco. Up to the 47 of Christian Gardner. Colonials applying the pressure here in the early going. Ramon trying to get it out. A little bit of help from Jacobson. And now here comes Cameron Schaefer. Schaefer one-on-one with Connor Hewlett in the shot. And John DiClemente makes the save. Let's meet DiClemente, the 19-year-old from Brooklyn, New York. Played last year with the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Knights. 16 games played, a .338 goals against average, 900 save percentage, no shutouts for the former Hershey Cub. Started his junior career with the Cubs during the 2023-2024 season. And previous to that, part of the New Jersey Rockets youth organization. Both U18 AAA and U16 AAA programs. And that is John DiClemente. Picked up by the 47, excuse me, Christian Gardner. And icing the call. Finn Kelly scored 35 seconds into the first period to give the Colonials a 1-0 lead. MJDP missing Paulius Justinas, who was a leading scorer amongst defensemen on the roster heading into the weekend. Said he was. Alex Fournier is taking over those honors. Craddock with a shot, and he scored. Craddock with the pass to Ryan Weed. It's 2-0 MJDP. As Ryan Weed, the 20-year-old from Elmira, New York, his 9th goal of the season, and the Colonials up 2-0 on MJDP. Ryan Weed started the year with the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Knights. Also played with the Knights NCDC program as well as their premier squad as Provencher goes down after the hit by Tyler Merriman. For all practical purposes, the Charleston Colonials are an expansion team, having not been in the league since the 2020-2021 season. A lot of former Wilkes-Barre Scranton Knights on this roster, and kind of seeing their uniforms a little bit, similar colors, similar jersey designs. Benavidez over to Gamelin. MJDP trying to mount something, trailing 2-0. Less than 4 minutes into this game. Provencher lost it. There, the 28 Charles Weingartner. Provencher gets it back. Feeds it over to Benavidez. Lucas Benavidez lobs it in. Picked up by the 42 Avneet Buder. Buder pass up to Tyler Kemp. Kemp sends it in looking for Esposito. Icing the call. 13:05 to go here in the first. Finn Kelly got the scoring started just 35 seconds into the period. His 19th of the season unassisted. Then Ryan Weed, his 9th of the season from Ben Craddock and Connor Hewlett at 2:35 is giving the Colonials a 2-0 lead. Their brothers from across the locker room, the Metro Jets, lead 4-1 over the Carolina Junior Canes at the halfway break. While also next door on Rink C, one other game in progress. MJDP with a shot there by Liam Smith. Other game in progress. Next door, Coral Springs Junior Cats up 2-1 over the Hershey Cubs. 8:15 to go in the second period. Here it's 2-0 Two quick ones in the first 2 minutes and 35 seconds by the Colonials. Finn Kelly and Ryan Weed, the Colonials goal scorers. Liam Smith brings it in. On the line with Gianluca Varelli and Corey Anderson. Bouncy puck now to Weed. Had it knocked away. Now Corey Anderson comes back with it. Picked off by Weingarten. Now to 37 to Jeff Collette. Collette to Weingarten. Check right in front of us. Legibokov trying to get it out. Kept in. Puck goes wide. Varelli trying to get it out. Weingarten keeps it in with a shot, and Cyrus makes a save. Let's meet Cameron Cyrus, the 19-year-old goaltender from Romeo, Michigan. Coming into this game for Cyrus, stopped all 26 shots he faced and picked up the second shutout of the season. 1-0 victory by MJDP over the Hershey Cubs. Played last year, the Metro Jets elite team. 15 games played at 229 goals against average, 931 save percentage, 3 shutouts for the former Romeo Bulldog, Michigan High School Athletic Association. This year coming into this game, 8-7 record with a 298 goals against average and an even 900 save percentage and 2 shutouts for Cyrus. As Finn Kelly goes sliding. I'll check that. It was Ben Craddock that went sliding into the boards awkwardly. He's up. He's okay. $11 to go. As MJDP trying to get things going, trailing 2-0 on 2 goals within a 2-minute span in its first 2:35 of this game. Picked up by the Colonials. Ryan Weed will bring it in. Colonials with 4 players on the roster with NCDC experience, all with the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Knights. Ben Craddock, Finn Kelly have seen some NCDC time this season with the Knights, while Ryan Weed and Alex Phillips also have seen some NCDC playing time. Booter's shot was blocked by Donald Pratt. Picked up by Spencer Stanhope. Over to Aiden Rabone. Rabone trying to get it out of the former Atlanta Mad Hatter. And falls back to Mario Boscovich. Boscovich lobs it in. And picked up there by the 62 of Anthony Talent. And offside the call. Check that. Was not an offside. Going to flood it out. Now comes Thomas LeBlanc. Thomas LeBlanc waiting for reinforcements. Gets it in the form of Chris Kobayashi, who misfired. Picked up there by Caleb Simpson with a shot. Deflected away. MJDP still trying to recover from being from the 2 goals early. Picked out right out in front. Picked up by Merriman. Steps up, fires, blocked there by Kobayashi. MJDP scrambling just a bit. But we're able to clear the zone. Picked up by Talent. Anthony Talent, another former member of the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Knights. Get an accurate count for you here in a minute. How many former Knights are on this roster? It's quite a few. It's almost like WBS South in the form of the Charleston Colonials. Another shot there, save made, point blank opportunity by Connor Hewlett, and Cyrus covers. So counting, 8, 10 former Wilkes-Barre Scranton Knights on this roster for the Charleston Colonials. So as I said, kind of Wilkes-Barre Scranton Knights South. Couple former Elmira Impact on this roster as well. 2 former Battle Creek Colonels. Nice eclectic mix. Jaden Provencher bringing it in. He's knocked to the boards. Picked up there by the 17 of Tanner Hampton, and Provencher returns a favor. Provencher now with the puck. Hampton and Provencher. Little meeting of the minds. A big hit there on Cameron Schaefer. As the Colonials throwing their weight around a little bit. Hayden Cook and Cameron Schaefer were intertwined. And they're both going to head to the box. A couple of coincidental minors for roughing. We'll say 5-on-5. If there's 10 former Wilkes-Barre Scranton Knights on this roster, how many Wilkes-Barre Scranton Knights are there? You're going to have to take a look at that. Of course, the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Knights, one of the powerhouse organizations in the USPHL since coming into the league. They're not doing too bad. They're 5th in the USPHL Premier Atlantic Division, 16 wins, 10 losses. 2 overtime losses, 1 shootout loss, but that Atlantic Division's awfully tough with the likes of the Connecticut Junior Rangers, Red Bank Generals. A couple former national champions in there, the Jersey Hitmen, the New Jersey Rockets, and of course said Connecticut Junior Rangers. 2-minute minor for interference on Spencer Stanhope. We'll put the Colonials on the power play for the first time. They're at 17.2%, 26 power play goals and 151 opportunities with a man advantage. While MJDP, 83% on the penalty kill, have scored 1 shorthanded goal this season. Charleston out shooting MJDP by an 8-2 count. Shot up high. Bounced over the stick of Tommy Waugh. Now picked up by Connor Hewlett. The former Battle Creek Colonel found himself a home in Charleston, South Carolina. Feeds it up to Ben Craddock. Craddock brings it in for Finn Kelly. Kelly had it knocked away by Ryan Jacobson, who sends it down. Craddock, the former Greenville Road Warriors, South Carolina high school hockey ranks. High school hockey's really picking up now down here and down the south, especially here in Florida, South Carolina with quite a few high school programs now. Picked up by Craddock, knocked away by Caleb Curto. Curto return favor there by Connor Hewlett. Now picked up by Finn Kelly. Recently named to the USPHL Premier All-Star team. Leading scorer. Open to scoring, 35 seconds into this game. Kelly, the 19-year-old from Quincy, Massachusetts. He's had himself a good weekend, too. Hampton with a shot, and Cyrus makes the save. Yeah, Finn Kelly's had himself a weekend. A hat trick against the Westchester Wolves. Had a goal against Typhoon yesterday. So that goal 35 seconds into this one is his 5th goal of the weekend. Of course, getting good news about like being named to the All-Star team could probably do the world confidence world of good. Puck knocked away from Christian Gardner. 20 seconds left in the power play. 5:15 to go here in the first period. Weingarten with a shot off the post. And the whistle blows. And a penalty on the Colonials. It is on Christian Gardner. 2-minute minor for roughing. And that'll negate the rest of that power play. So for the next 13 seconds, we'll skate 4-on-4. And then MJDP will go on the power play for the first time, trailing 2-0. So face off in the Colonial zone. Ben McLean will take the draw against Tyler Merriman. Merriman's kicked out, so Hayden Cook will give it a go. Cook wins the draw, back to Hewlett. Knocked away by Alex Fournier. And now MJDP will go on the power play for the first time. They're at 21.5%, scored 25 power play goals. And 116 opportunities to man advantage, while the Colonials has some work to do in the penalty kill, 72%. But have scored 5 shorthanded goals. That is something to definitely keep an eye on. Picked up by Hayden Cook. He'll bring it in. Collin lurking back. Had it taken away by Ben McLean. Collin returns the favor. Jeff Collin, the 18-year-old from St. Louis, Missouri. For Hewlett. Taken away there by Ben McLean. Lucas Benavidez grabs it for Cameron Schaefer. Schaefer to Alex Fournier. Fournier with a shot into the glove of DiClemente, who hangs on. 4:09 to go here in the first period. 2-0 score. Charleston Colonials on top. Finn Kelly scored 35 seconds into the first. Then 2 minutes later, Ryan Weed made it 2-0. And the assist from Ben Craddock and Connor Hewlett. Bouncing puck goes all the way down the MJDP zone. Cameron Cyrus will play it for John Lejabokov. Feeds up to Gianluca Varelli. Nice little side pass to Liam Smith. Smith brings it in. Push to the outside. Looking for somewhere to go. Finds Cameron Schaefer. Schaefer now to Lejabokov. Back to Cameron Schaefer with a shot. Partially blocked. Liam Smith grabs it. Smith now over to Varelli. Gianluca Varelli steps up. Fires off the shoulder of DiClemente. Corey Anderson grabs it. Back to Lejabokov. To Schaefer with a shot. Off the post. Rebound comes out. And DiClemente grabs it. Now a little bit of a brouhaha in front of goaltender John DiClemente. The Colonials don't mind the physicality. That much is obvious in the first 13 minutes and 39 seconds. And the Colonials are going to get another penalty out of it. Ben Craddock, 2-minute minor for roughing. And that'll give MJDP a 2-man advantage for 9 seconds. So MJDP with an opportunity to climb back in this one, trailing 2-0. A brief 9-second two-man advantage. Shot there by Simpson, save made. DiClemente covers and had to take off his helmet. Possibly a strap breaking on the back of DiClemente's helmet. Snaps that back into place. DiClemente has seen MJDP before when in his days with the Hershey Cubs. Kobayashi won that draw. One power play, one penalty is over. Still got a minute 45 in Craddock's minor penalty, but here come the Colonials. Merriman knocked off the puck there, and he runs into goaltender Cameron Cyrus. As Caleb Simpson and Tyler Merriman discussing where to go for lunch after the game. Of course, we recommend the Top Shelf Sports Lounge, located on the second floor here at Advent Health Center Ice Arena. Highly recommend the chicken quesadillas. Some of the best I've ever had. I may have to order some after this game before I head to the airport. Got a check in my pocket now. I definitely can. Now, theoretically, I can leave now. I've been paid. All right, it's all you, buddy.
Here you go. Thank you.
Carter, right? Yeah. Carter Tressler. Our cameraman today. We become buds over this week. I'm sorry? This is my last one. Nick Rush is going to bring you home. The voice of the Florida Eels, as he has the Charleston Colonials' little brothers in the USPHL Elite side against the Typhoon Hockey Club to wrap up the entire showcase. Still a minute 10 to go in the Craddock minor for roughing. MJDP in their second power play of the day. Merriman will bring it in. Shot into the glove of Cyrus, who hangs on. You want a tea? I'm not going to be able to take these on the plane, so I'm trying to drink them all. Finished on my last Mr. Pibb. So now I'm just on zero sugar sweet tea. Kind of an oxymoron, zero sugar sweet tea. But it's really good. From the fine folks at Pure Leaf. 30 seconds left in the power play. Short-handed opportunity there for the Colonials. Picked up there by Clovis Gamelin. Gamelin throws it into the Colonial zone. Met there by Tanner Hampton, the former Elmira Impact, former Wilkes-Barre Scranton Knight. Or shot there saved by DiClemente. Hampton also formerly played with the Bellingham Blazers over in the USPHL Premier Northwest Division. Face off. Deep in the Colonial zone. Saved by DiClemente as the penalty expires. So good job by the Colonials. 2 for 2 on a penalty kill. MJDP's brothers from across the locker room. The Metro Jets now up 5-1 over the Carolina Junior Canes. 2:03 to go in the second period. Jets lost a heartbreaker yesterday. The Tampa Bay Juniors 1-0. As MJ and their brothers in Mount Clemens trying to keep pace. Here with the Charleston Colonials. Last night, Costa Hilton, 41 shots, 41 saves for Hilton and Tampa Bay's 1-0 victory. That was a heartbreaker for the Jets. And unfortunately for the Carolina Junior Canes, the Jets are taking it out on them. Metro Jets looking to gain some ground as they're one of the teams that's played some of the least amount of games of the season. 30 games. They're third right now. A win today will move them to second. 2 games in hand on the Toledo Cherokee. And once the games even up and square up, the Jets would hold the tiebreaker advantage over the Toledo Cherokee with a season series. The Jets have played the Cherokee 5 times this year, and the Jets are 3-1, 0-1 against the Cherokee. So, should the Jets hang on, it'd be an important win. Because once the games do even out, the Jets would hold the tiebreaker advantage in the event of a tie. Based on the season series, strength of schedule, that sort of thing. Shots 13-8 in favor of the Colonials. The Colonials lead 2-0 on goals by Finn Kelly and Ryan Weed. One last chance as Tommy Waugh was knocked off the puck. The horn will sound to end period number 1. Shots on goal in the first period. Charleston with 13, MJDP with 8. 2 goals. The first one coming 35 seconds in. Finn Kelly, his 19th of the season, unassisted at 35 seconds. Then Ryan Weed made it 2-0 2 minutes later. His 9th goal of the season from Ben Craddock, and Connor Hewlett at 2:35 has given the Colonials a 2-0 lead. Second period about to get underway. Of course, as we mentioned all weekend long, showcase format a little bit different than the regular season game, though it does count in the regular season standings. Normally it's 3 20-minute periods with a reservice at the end of each period. For the showcase, it's 3 17-minute periods. Normally we would resurface the ice, but we just got done with a 1-minute break. And now the clock will reset to 8 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the first half of the second period. Once the first half is complete, we'll then resurface the ice, come back, play the second half of the second period, then finish it off with a third period. And that's generally how it works at a showcase within the USPHL. Though some showcase formats are a little different. But this has been the standard here at the USPHL Tampa Showcase. So second period about to get underway. The Metro Jets Development Program, MJDP, representing the USPHL Premier Midwest Division. Based out of Mount Clemens, Michigan, are the designated home team for this game, wearing the white uniform, blue shoulders, and red trim. They're skating right to left. On your television screen, are the Charleston Colonials, representing the USPHL Premier Southeast Division. Based out of North Charleston, South Carolina. They are the designated road team for this game, wearing the blue uniforms, white and gray trim. They are skating left to right on your Black Bear TV dial. First half of the second period. The Colonials up 2-0, but MJDP has settled things down since those 2 goals. Now they just got to find a way to put a puck in the back of the net behind goaltender John D. Clemente. Hampton goes after it, pressured by Lucas Benavidez. And picked up by Tommy Waugh. Waugh will send it in. Around Spencer Stanhope. Looking for Weingirter. And comes back the other way. McLean to Benavidez. Lofting puck over the top of the net. Bouncing off the boards and into the glove of John D. Clemente. 7:32 to go. MJDP's big brothers, or brothers from across the locker room, the Metro Jets up 5-1. The Carolina Junior Canes. Jake Taylor, Gabe Altman, Jackson Stone, Luca Pevitz, Evan Cote, the goal scorers. Absolutely dominating in shots, too. 29-12 over the Junior Canes. You know, Brian Linzer came up here, was talking crap earlier. Where is he now? He's hiding in the break room, I bet. Yeah, he might have went home. Yeah, he might have just went home. That's a good one. Kept in by Booter, who's sending it in, now picked off. Lejabokov will go after it. 3-on-1 if they hurry. Lejabokov looking for Corey Anderson, who couldn't pull the trigger. And the puck goes out. Back in the MJDP zone, picked up by Cameron Schaefer. Off the linesman. And brought in by Christian Gardner. Gardner, as someone was out, Liam Smith was knocked to the ice by Finn Kelly. Picked up there by the 37 of Collette. Pressure by Thomas LeBlanc. LeBlanc to Kelly. Anderson's going to get a penalty for that slash. So the Colonials will go back on the power play as Corey Anderson, 2-minute mark for slashing. And that'll put the Colonials back in the power play for the third time. They're 0 for 2. Want to look up the Merriam-Webster's dictionary of a slash. That was it. Face off to the right of goaltender Cameron Cyrus. Now picked up by Tanner Hampton in the neutral zone for Weingarten. Christian Gardner. Back to Weingarten, back to Gardner, over to Hampton. Hampton with a shot, blocked there. And Chris Kobayashi will send it in. Right on John D. Clemente. Hampton will grab it, the 20-year-old from Denver, Colorado. Over to Finnegan Pasco. Pasco now, the 62 of Anthony Talent. Shot there by Weingarten off the shoulder of Cameron Cyrus. But play continues. Hampton had it knocked away. Still 58 seconds left in the power play. Another shot there, and Cyrus makes the save. 4:53 to go here in the first half of the second period. 2 quick goals in the first 2:35 of this game by the Colonials, but since then the game has settled down somewhat. Save for a little extensive physicality on the part of both clubs. Tyler Merriman with the puck. Feeds it up to Tommy Waugh. Waugh looking for Ben Craddock. Offside. The call. So face off the neutral zone. Still 20 seconds left in the power play. Third power play of the game. The Colonials are 0 for 2. 5 seconds left. Looks like MJDP will go to 3-3 in the penalty kill as Cyrus gloves it down as soon as that penalty expired. Save for the initial onslaught in the first 2.5 minutes of the game has been pretty even between MJDP and Charleston. As Anthony Talon for the Colonials takes the draw against Liam Smith of MJDP. .408 to go here in the first half of the second period. Liam Smith will bring it in. Donald Pratt trailing. Smith with a shot. DiClemente with a save. Rabone knocks his man to the boards. Kept in by Cameron Schaefer. Extra effort there by Liam Smith. Keeps it in. A third effort by Schaefer. Sends it over into the corner. Aiden Rabone over to Donald Pratt. Back to Rabone. Trying to backhand it toward the front of the net. Liam Smith was triple teamed. And here come the Colonials the other way. I want to say Knights. Picked off by Smith. And it's Liam Smith now. Back to Cameron Schaefer who sends it in. Donald Pratt will go after it. Met there by Tyler Kemp. Kept in by Ben McLean. Over to Pratt. Pratt sent it toward the net. Pad save through a screen by DiClemente. Here comes Hayden Cook. Pressure on the puck there by John Lejabokov. Knocked away by Cameron Schaefer. Cook trying to feed it over. Mike Esposito goes after it. Former Indiana elite out of Carmel, Indiana. Kept in by Finnegan. Pasco off the post. As the 18-year-old from Severn Park, Maryland, rings it off the post. .244 to go here in the first half of the second period. Face-off won by the Colonials. Hampton with a shot. That may have caught his own teammate. Here comes Clovis Gamelin. Gamelin for Fournier with a shot. Was blocked there by Kane Fries. Fournier gets it back. A little bit of help there from Provencher. But Benavides has to go back after it. Sends it back into the neutral zone. Clovis Gamelin. Met there by Fries. And Alex Fournier has to retreat. Now to Jaden Provencher. Lucas Benavides to McLean, and now McLean with the puck. And McLean with a shot, save made by DiClemente. Back to Provencher. Provencher misfired. Had it knocked away there by Fries. Provencher gets it back over to Benavides. Lucas Benavides brings it in with a shot, was blocked by Hampton. 1:50 to go here in the first half of the second period. Picked up by Christian Gardner. Bouncing puck on Cyrus, and he'll hang on. With 1:44 to go here in the first half of the second period. Bouncing puck. Corey Anderson goes after it. Met there by Connor Hewlett, and DiClemente has to cover. .130 to go here in the first half of the second period. Puck goes right back into the Charleston Colonial zone, and icing a call. Corey Anderson pleading his case. Not going to win that argument. Well, good thing for Anderson is head coach Jake Howie's on his side in that argument. Face off deep in the MJDP zone. Varelli trying to get it out, kept in by Collette. Over to Hewlett with a shot, patted away. Rebound, another blocker saved by Cyrus. Varelli trying to bring it out and almost avoided that check by Anthony Talent. And Mario Boscovich wraps it around for Corey Anderson. Hewlett couldn't keep it in. And met there by the 17 of Hampton, leaves it for Hewlett. Hewlett had it knocked away from him. Gets it back with a shot. Save made by Cyrus. Less than a minute remaining. Less than 30 seconds remaining. Her shot goes up high and wide. Comes back to Connor Hewlett. Hewlett pressured there by Corey Anderson. Sent over into the corner. 9 seconds left. Varelli one last chance. Had it taken away. And with that, that's going to do it for the first half of the second period as the horn will sound. A little kerfluffle, a little punch thrown. As two Colonials on Gianluca Varelli. One of them's Tommy Waugh. The other was Hayden Cook. And Varelli fought them both off. That's the way to end the first half of the second period. Shots on goal. We'll get those penalties for you. At the end, when we come back with a first half recap, shots on goal. In the first half of the second period, Charleston with 5, first half total of 18. Will MJDP with 3, first half total of 11. Both goals coming in the first 2 minutes and 35 seconds of the first period. Finn Kelly is 19th of the season, unassisted at the 35-second mark. Then 2 minutes later, Ryan Weed is 9th. From Ben Craddock and Connor Hewlett at 2:35. The Colonials lead 2-0. We'll take a short break, about 10 minutes or so. Come back for a first half recap. We'll have the penalties from that latest kerfluffle, as well as the start of the second half. You're watching the fourth and final day of the 2026 USPHL Tampa Showcase, live exclusively on Black Bear TV. And for the final time of the 2026 USPHL Tampa Showcase, we welcome you to Advent Health Center Ice Arena. We are located 20 minutes northeast of Tampa, up I-75 in beautiful Wesley Chapel, Florida, the fourth and final day of the 2026 United States Premier Hockey League Tampa Showcase. This matchup in Rink C in USPHL Premier Play. The score at the end of the first half: the Charleston Colonials 2, the Metro Jets Development Program MJDP 0. My name is Matt Preer, the voice of the Metro Jets Hockey Club. It has been my honor and a privilege to be a part of the USPHL Tampa Showcase. Going to give a bunch of thanks here towards the end of this broadcast, but we're set to go with the second half of the second period of this one. And the penalties at the end of that second half. Tommy Waugh, 2-minute minor for roughing for the Colonials. Gianluca Varelli, a 2-minute minor for roughing for MJDP. And Corey Anderson of MJDP, a 2-minute minor for unsportsmanlike conduct, results in the fifth power play of the day for the Colonials. They're 0 for 4. So the Colonials beginning this second half with a man advantage. Picked up there by Finn Kelly. Kelly now to counter Hewlett. Hewlett had it knocked away, and here comes Ryan Jacobson. Jacobson on a break. He's got speed. Brings it in. He's hauled down. It's going to be a penalty shot. Ryan Jacobson has been awarded a penalty shot. You talk about momentum shift here. Ryan Jacobson will give his MJDP compadres an opportunity to pull in one. Short-handed, the 19-year-old from Montgomery Village, Maryland, Ryan Jacobson, will take the penalty shot. He'll go one-on-one with a 19-year-old goaltender from Brooklyn, New York, John DiClemente. It's Ryan Jacobson against John DiClemente. Penalty shot for Jacobson, and here we go. Jacobson will go to his glove side, now go towards the middle, steps up, and misfired. Oh my. We had that issue in the previous game. The puck, there's a lot of moisture on the ice still from the Zamboni. And the puck just comes to a sudden stop. And that's exactly what occurred to Ryan Jacobson. By the way, MJDP's brothers from across the locker room, the Metro Jets, 8-2 winners over the Carolina Junior Canes. So the Metro Jets, Cyrus makes a save. Metro Jets finished 3-1. Coming up next over on Ring D, it is the Minnesota Squatch, Florida Eels. The Squatch looking to be good to go 4-0. They're 3-0 this weekend. Lopsided victory over the Toledo Cherokee to start their weekend on Friday. The Squatch had Saturday off. And then yesterday was their doubleheader day. 6-2 victors over the Carolina Junior Canes, followed by a 4-1 victory over the Coral Springs Junior Cats. So as mentioned, the Metro Jets finished 3-1. And the Coral Springs Junior Cats up 2-1. 8 seconds to go in the third period next door on Ring B. .15 seconds left in the power play. Hey, guys. Sorry. Shot there off the post. Picked up there by Jaden Provencher. And the power play is over. Both teams back to full strength. So MJDP 4 for 4 now on the penalty kill. Lucas Benavidez feeds it up. Nice soft pass to Ben McLean towards the net. As Gaiman was right there. 6 minutes to go here in the second period. And by the way, for MJDP's brothers from across the locker room, the Metro Jets, with that win, the Jets now move to second in the USPHL Premier Great Lakes Division. With 2 games in hand on the division-leading Toledo Cherokee, as well as a tiebreaker advantage once the Jets make up those 2 games on the Cherokee. Lejabokov will bring it in. Had it knocked away. Nice play by Schaefer. Benavidez with a shot goes wide. Gaiman with a shot. Had it knocked away. Comes back to Schaefer. Schaefer with a shot off the blocker. Rebound comes out. Benavidez over the top of the net. And met there by the 64 of Hayden Cook. Cook will bring it in. Now for Merriman with a shot off the right shoulder of Cameron Cyrus. Comes back to Esposito, who had it knocked away by Schaefer. Bouncing puck kept in by Hewlett. Hewlett with a shot into the paraphernalia of Cameron Cyrus, who hangs on with 4:34 to go here in the second period. Face off into MJDP zone. Won by the Colonials, but knocked out by MJDP. Ryan Weed wraps it around the boards. Almost kept in by Boscovich. Picked up by Craddock. Craddock trying to feed it to Finn Kelly, but he was flanked there by Aiden Rabone. Over to Connor Hewlett. Hewlett with a shot. Sticked away by Cyrus. Puck comes right out in front. And the net comes off the moorings with 4:06 to go here in the second period. Face off deep in the MJDP zone. Blocker side of MJDP goaltender Cameron Cyrus. And they score right off the face-off. Ben Craddock and Finn Kelly connect again. As Ben Craddock, the 17-year-old from Greenville, South Carolina, picks up the goal. His 8th of the season. And the Colonials lead by a score of 3-0. Ben Craddock, his 8th goal of the season from Finn Kelly at 12:56, has given the Colonials a 3-0 lead. Craddock now with a goal and an assist. Finn Kelly with a goal and an assist as well. Ryan Weed with a goal, Connor Hewlett with an assist to lead the Colonials. After this game, both teams returning back to divisional play for the rest of the season. For MJDP, they do have 2 more non-divisional games remaining. But the next game will be back home at Mount Clemens Ice Arena this coming Friday, January 9th. A date with the Fort Wayne Spacemen, the Midwest Division leaders, Troy Oral Surgery pregame show at 2 o'clock. Face-off at 2:30. They do have two more non-divisional games, one against the Battle Creek Colonels on February 13th. Then they'll wrap up the regular season on February 20th with a home game against the Fresh Coast Freeze. Well, the Charleston Colonials, after today, they'll go back to Southeast Division play. Starting this Friday, January 9th, they'll host the Charlotte Rush at Carolina Ice Palace. A 9:15 p.m. face-off. And a penalty coming to Corey Anderson. 2-man mine for slashing. We'll put the Colonials on the power play for the 5th time. The Colonials will play the Charlotte Rush at Carolina Ice Palace this Friday, January 9th, a 9:15 p.m. face-off, and then host the Carolina Junior Canes on Saturday night, also at Carolina Ice Palace, 7 p.m. face-off. It's all Southeast Division foes the rest of the way after this game for the Charleston Colonials. And with the Carolina Junior Canes lost today, that gives the Colonials some breathing room on the Canes for 4th in the USPHL Premier Southeast Division. Puck sent across, picked up by Craddock, who's got the 3rd goal for the Colonials. Up to Connor Hewlett. Hewlett, quick feed to Ryan Weed, now to Finn Kelly. Kelly with the puck. Found Weed. Ryan Weed now. And knocked down, at least into the neutral zone, by Caleb Curto. Mad scramble in front of the net and knocked away. Hand pass being called. .134 to go here in the second period. Puck kept in, but knocked away by Chris Kobayashi. A little bit of help from Curto, a little bit of help from Fournier, and they all work together and get the puck out. Brought in by Weingarten. A shot, blocked away by Cyrus. Power play, still 20 seconds in left. Knocked away by Rabone. And now Aiden Rabone's got speed. Rabone collides with the linesman. The Colonials, as mentioned, will play the Charlotte Rush. Shot scored. Weingarten makes it 4-0 just as the power play expired. As Weingarten picks up the goal, the 17-year-old from Greenville, South Carolina. His 9th goal of the season. And the Colonials starting to pull away. They lead 4-0. Weingarten's 9th from Tanner Hampton and Anthony Talon at 16-13 has given the Colonials a 4-0 lead over the Metro Chess Development Program. The Colonials have had themselves a weekend. They're 3-0 this weekend coming into this game and are in control of this one. Esposito brings it in. Pressure there by Caleb Simpson. Donald Pratt trying to get it out. Kept in. Shot off the shoulder of Cyrus. and bounced behind the net. Picked up by Donald Pratt. 20 seconds left here in the second period. Lejabokov off the boards. As they battle along the boards to our left. Knocked away there by Abneed Buder. And Donald Pratt. Now taken away Jacobson. As the horn sounds to end period number 2. Shots on goal in the second period. Charleston with 11. 2-period total of 24. MJDP with 6. 2-period total of 14. 2 quick ones in the second half of that second period after a missed penalty shot by MJDP. Ben Craddock, his 8th goal of the season from Finn Kelly at 12:56, made it 3-0 for Charles Wingirter. His 9th of the season from Tanner Hampton and Anthony Talent at 16-13 has given the Colonials a 4-0 lead heading into the third period. A final in overtime. The Coral Springs Junior Cats win 2-1 over the Hershey Cubs. So the Junior Cats salvaged the weekend by going 1-3 after 3 losses to 3 pretty good teams too. The Toledo Cherokee, the Metro Jets, and the Minnesota Squash. They had a tough schedule for sure. The Hershey Cubs will head back to Hershey, Pennsylvania. After coming here to Florida, they'll limp home 0-4. One more game to go next door in Rink B. It is the Typhoon Hockey Club and the Westchester Wolves, while the Minnesota Squash and the Florida Eels happening on Rink D. Those are the final 2 USPHL Premier games of the USPHL Tampa Showcase. Third period of this one getting underway. The Metro Jets Development Program, the former 2-time USPHL Premier Midwest Division champions, play their home games at Mount Clemens Ice Arena, located 30 minutes northeast of Motown, Detroit, in Mount Clemens, Michigan. They are the designated home team for this game, wearing the white uniforms, blue shoulders, and red trim. They're skating left to right. On your television screen, the Charleston Colonials, representing the USPHL Premier Southeast Division, play their home game at the Carolina Ice Palace, located 20 minutes northwest of Charleston in North Charleston, South Carolina. They are the designated road team for this game, wearing the blue uniforms, white and gray trim. They're skating right to left on your Black Bear TV dial. Whether it's your Android, your iPhone, your iPad, your laptop, your big screen TV, or in a lot of cases with some of the parents here in the showcase, listening in with the earbuds while in the building. However, wherever you've been watching or tuning in, we cannot thank you enough for joining us all weekend long here at Advent Health Center Ice Arena for the 2026 USPHL Tampa Showcase, live exclusively on Black Bear TV. My name is Matt Preer, the voice of the Metro Jets Hockey Club. It has been an absolute honor and a privilege to be a part of the 4th USPHL Tampa Showcase. Four 0 third period. Charleston Colonials up on MJDP, the Metro Jets Development Program. Liam Smith leads it there for Benavidez with his shot off the pass from Provencher. Here come the Colonials one more time. And another penalty coming. Perhaps a little frustration on the part of MJDP at this point. They will go on their 6th penalty kill. To their credit, they're 5 for 5 on the PK. As Jaden Provencher, 2-minute minor for tripping. Spencer Stanhope wraps around the boards. Kept in by Connor Hewlett, but kicked away by Aiden Ramon. Played by Finn Kelly. He'll represent the Charleston Colonials on January 26th and 27th at the 2026 USPHL All-Star Games at the Foxborough Sports Center in Foxborough, Massachusetts. As Kelly, the lone Charleston Colonials representative, that will make that trip. MJDP does have one representative, sort of, as Daniel Luska, who started the year with MJDP before moving across the locker room to the Metro Jets. He'll go into the All-Star game as a representative of MJDP on the U18 Prospects Red team. And then next year, these Charleston Colonials will join the Metro Jets Hockey Club as part of the expansion in the National Collegiate Development Conference, the NCDC Tier 2. The Colonials will be a part of the new Southeast Division with the Carolina Junior Canes, the Charlotte Rush, the Hampton Roads Whalers, the Potomac Patriots, and the new Yorktown Admirals. Save made by DiClemente. The Metro Jets Hockey Club joining the NCDC as well in the newly formed Midwest Division, with the Chicago franchise to be announced, as well as the Columbus Mavericks, the Fort Wayne Spacemen, and the Red River Spartans, all part of that new NCDC Midwest Division. Florida guys ain't left out. Tampa Bay Junior is going to join in the new Florida Division, along with the Tampa Bay along with the Typhoon Hockey Club, the Florida Junior Blades, the Florida Eels, the Coral Springs Junior Cats, and the soon-to-be revamped Bold City Battalion. One more game to go after this one, as the voice of the Florida Eels, Nick Rush, will bring you home with the final game of the 2026 USPHL Tampa Showcase. The Charleston Colonials' little brothers on the USPHL Elite side will take on the Typhoon Hockey Club. As Hayden Cook driven to the boards by Cameron Schaefer. Bouncing puck, Cyrus pokes that away. 12:15 to go here in the third period. Landon Graham trying to get it out. Gets it with a little bit of help from John Lejabokov. Feeds it up to Donald Pratt. Pratt will bring it in. Pratt leads it for Chris Kobayashi. Kobayashi with a shot. DiClemente with a save. Cameron Schaefer grabbed it, sent it towards the net. Off the right pad of DiClemente. Here comes Ryan Weed. Weed pressured along the boards by Cameron Schaefer. Finn Kelly coming to help out. 11:35 to go. And through the pad, and they score. 5-0. Ben Craddock is second of the game. 9th of the season. Has made this a 5-0 game. As Craddock stuffing it between the skate and the goalpost by Cameron Cyrus. And it's 5-0 Colonials. Craddock is second of the game, 9th of the season from Ryan Weed at 5:31. Has given the Colonials a 5-0 lead. MJDP started the weekend with 2 wins. 1-0 over the Hershey Cubs. And 3-1 over the Jersey Hitmen. Since then, it has gone downhill for MJDP. A 6-2 loss last night to the Typhoon Hockey Club, and now they trail 5-0 here to the Charleston Colonials. Corey Anderson lobs in the neutral zone for Gianluca Varelli. Had it taken away, and now Craddock brings it back. Craddock for Weed. Weed with a shot, blocked by Caleb Simpson. Simpson, cross-ice pass over to Corey Anderson. Anderson, the leading scorer last year for the Metro Jets Elite program. Start of the year with the Metro Jets on the Premier side. Moved across the locker room to MJDP. Last year, 30 goals, 26 assists, 56 points to lead the Jets Elite program in scoring last year. He bounds along the boards there. A little bit of help from Clovis Gamelin. Now picked up by Christian Gardner. And Cyrus covers. Gardner starting the year with the Charleston Colonials Elite squad before getting the well-deserved call-up to the premier end of things, as he discusses with Clovis Gamelin where to go after the game for lunch. And they're both agreeing that you need to go to the Top Shelf Sports Lounge. Upstairs, second level here at Advent Health Center Ice Arena. Depending on your flight, for those traveling out of town that are here in the building, I know plenty of parents listening in on earbuds and such. Grab yourself something to eat if you haven't already up there at Top Shelf Sports Lounge before you head down to the Tampa airport. Thinking I might do that myself. My flight leaves at 7:59 p.m. tonight, so I have time.
What airline do you guys take?
Delta. Delta Airlines lands at Detroit Metro Airport at 10:46 tonight. Should be home by midnight. I'm sleeping in tomorrow. LeBlanc overskated it, but does send it, goes back after it and send it down. .8:35 to go. And the Colonials with a 5-0 lead. Liam Smith brings it in. Had it knocked away. Now Craddock comes back the other way. And they scored again. 6-0. And it was Finn Kelly, the all-star representative for the Colonials, his second of the game, 20th of the season. And that's going to result in a goalie change. Logan DeAndrea comes in, makes his second appearance of the weekend for MJDP, just recently acquired from the Coral Springs Junior Cats. As DeAndrea, the 20-year-old from Buffalo, New York, will get in some work. As Logan DeAndrea, 5-0, with a .234 goals against average, a .908 save percentage. Made his MJDP debut yesterday against the Jersey Hitmen. After coming over from the Coral Springs Junior Cats. .708 to go. here in the third period. DeAndrea, yesterday's game, stopping 10 of 11 shots he faced in MJDP's 3-1 victory over the Jersey Hitmen. He'll come in and relieve of Cameron Cyrus, get a little work in, get used to his new surroundings, his new teammates. Played with the Coral Springs Junior Cats to start the year before coming to MJDP. Six appearances for the Junior Cats. Was 4-0, a .265 goals against average and a .908 save percentage for DeAndrea, who will get some minutes in the red, white, and blue. The 20-year-old from Buffalo, New York, 6'2", 175-pound goaltender. Also spent some time last year with the Archbishop McCarthy Mavericks, Florida high school hockey ranks. Also a former member of the Florida Fury. So Logan DeAndrea, newest acquisition by MJDP. 6-0 score. By the way, Finn Kelly, second of the game, 20th of the season from Ben Craddock and Ryan Wee, the 9-minute mark, has given the Colonials a 6-0 lead. DiClemente with a save and a penalty coming. Interference call on the Colonials. Mike Esposito, and that'll put MJDP in the power play. For the fifth time, they are 0 for 4, trying to come up with any kind of positivity to wrap up their USPHL Tampa showcase, trailing 6-0. Maybe a little sign. Detroit Red Wings victory song playing, Don't Stop Believing by Journey. Red Wings doing really well. Lifelong Red Wing fan, very happy. Boscovich over to Stanhope. Boscovich feeds it over to the corner, picked up by Gianluca Varelli, had it knocked away, and almost sent Finn Kelly on a break. So DeAndrea will leave it there for Spencer Stanhope. Puck sent right back down. The Colonials have had their way with MJDP here today, as they will go to 4-0 this weekend, becoming the first team of the USPHL Tampa Showcase to go 4-0. Clean sweep of the weekend to kick off the 2026 portion of their schedule. So congratulations to the Colonials. Time continues to wind down. The Colonials will look ahead to the Southeast Division portion of the divisional portion of the rest of their schedule. It's all Southeast Division teams. Fournier with the puck. Steps up, fires, saved by DiClemente. The Colonials, a pair of home games at Carolina Ice Palace this Friday and Saturday. January 9th, they'll play the Charlotte Rush at 9:15 p.m. On Saturday, January 10th, they'll play the Carolina Junior Canes at 7 o'clock. MJDP will head back home, and they will host the Fort Wayne Spacemen this Friday, January 9th. Troy Oral Surgery pregame show at 2 o'clock. Face-off at 2:30. Immediately following, the Metro Jets Fort Wayne Spacemen USPHL Elite game. The Metro Jets, their brothers from across the locker room over in the Great Lakes Division, went 3-1 this weekend. MJDP will finish 2-2, as did the Metro Jets Elite, who also finished Tampa at 2-2. Overall, not a bad weekend. All three teams went 500, with MJDP and the Jets Elite going 2-2. Metro Jets going 3-1 here this weekend. 3:24 to go. The Charleston Colonials, as mentioned, will go 4-0 this weekend. They're even their record to 15 wins, 15 losses, 2 overtime losses, good for 32 points. Within 10 points now of the Charlotte Rush, and with a game in hand. While MJDP finishes the weekend 2-2, they'll fall to 16-1, still 33 points, still second in the USPHL Premier Midwest Division. But they have a lot of ground to make up if they want to catch the Fort Wayne Spacemen for that USPHL Premier Midwest Division Championship. And they'll play the Spacemen this Friday night at Mount Clemens Ice Arena. Final updates, at least from yours truly, here from the USPHL Tampa Showcase. 6:25 to go in the first period. Minnesota Squatch up 1-0 over the Florida Eels. Squatch looking to go 4-0. While the Typhoon Hockey Club Westchester Wolves tied at 0. 12:51 to go in the first period. One more game to go after this. It's in USPHL Elite play. It is the final game of the 2026 USPHL Tampa Showcase. The Colonials' little brothers on the USPHL Elite side will play the Typhoon Hockey Club. Scheduled for 1:30. They may start a little bit later. The voice of the Florida Eels, Nick Rush, will take you home and conclude the USPHL Tampa Showcase. Connor Hewlett with a shot. Didn't get in on DeAndrea. Not a whole lot of shots this third period. Offside the call. Just 4-3. MJDP actually out shooting the Colonials 4-3 in this third period. $1:58 to go. A big thank you to the entire Tampa Bay Juniors hockey organization. Kevin Walter, Brett and Garrett Stroh, Philippe Kuba, Ken and Nancy Mendel, Nicole Remmers, my buddy Carter Tressler on the camera today. Thank you so much, my friend. Alex Bozier was one of our camera young ladies this weekend as well. Big thank you to the entire organization. A big thank you to the Advent Health Center Ice Arena management and staff, keeping the arena looking just pristine. A thank you to the Top Shelf Sports Lounge, wait staff and cooks, for all the wonderful hospitality, the entire 2026 USPHL Tampa Showcase, staff and management, first-class organization. It's been my honor and privilege to be a part of the USPHL Tampa Showcase. 1 minute remaining here in the third period. The Charleston Colonials will become the first team to go 4-0 as DeAndrea makes the save. Donald Pratt sends it across, looking for Rabone. Icing negated, forces Tanner Hampton to play the puck. Time winding down. MJDP will finish this weekend 2-2. After winning the first two. While the Charleston Colonials 4-0. the first and so far only team to sweep the weekend here at Advent Health Center Ice Arena. Face off, 18.3 seconds to go here in the third period. Face off won by Graham. And the puck comes down. Breakaway with a shot saved by DeAndrea. 8 seconds left. Puck comes across. 1 second left. The horn will sound. And the Charleston Colonials have defeated the Metro Jets Development Program by a score of 6-0. And for John D. Clemente, picking up the shutout for the Colonials. That is his first career USPHL Premier shutout. Henceforth, he is your player of the game, John D. Clemente. We can give it to a lot of guys, but I was a goaltender when I played. I have a soft spot for goaltenders. So John D. Clemente, 18 shots, 18 saves. He is your player of the game with his first career USPHL Premier shutout, 6-0 over the Metro Jets Development Program. Coming up next, Nick Rush, the voice of the Florida Eels, is going to bring you home with the Charleston Colonials Typhoon Hockey Club Elite here in about 15 minutes. Again, thank you so much, the entire Tampa Bay Juniors Hockey Organization, the staff here at Advent Health Center Ice Arena, and the staff of the Top Shelf Sports Lounge. It has been my honor and privilege to be a part of the 2026 USPHL Tampa Showcase. Once again, final score, Charleston Colonials 6, MJDP 0. My name is Matt Prier, the voice of the Metro Jets Hockey Club, saying good afternoon. Nick Rush, the voice of the Florida Eels, is going to bring you home at 1:30. Colonials Typhoon Hockey Club USPHL Elite play to wrap up the Tampa Showcase. My name is Matt Prier, the voice of the Metro Jets Hockey Club, saying good afternoon and thank you. Good afternoon, everybody.